Please like and subscribe, and feel free to leave a comment. I read all of the comments. And now, let's get on with the show. When last we left our intrepid adventurers, they were on the road to Sylvia's Rest. The first day is uneventful. Finn tells Jogvok Mercy about the party's travels before they met, and what happened the last time they were in Sylvia's Rest. He explains to Mercy and Garu about how Deserata used to be one kingdom. He tells them about the old Jackennis, or Queen as they're sometimes called, how she was brutally murdered, and that any that sought the throne was killed or driven off. It was decided to put the former princess, Brandy's bastard daughter, on the throne. She was 16, and many of the people thought that she would be easy to control, a pawn in their hands. But she had outwitted them. It was her faction that was responsible for the death of Jackennis Deborah and her husband and son. It was her faction that killed off other contenders for the throne and put it about that she could be easily manipulated. Destaria had been granted dark powers, and those who opposed her fell. The last claimant to the throne was her uncle. He had raised an army and moved on Deserata. His force outnumbered hers. However, she had drawn dark forces to her and sent them against Stephen's army. Stephen was crushed, and those loyal to him fled to the south and across the inland sea to the town of Sylvia's Rest. Since then, it had been discovered that Deborah's son had survived. Junico I of the House of Ceylon had been crowned the Jackenna of southern Deserata. Finn explains that much of this had happened about 14 years ago, and now southern Deserata was strong enough to fight back. That night, around dawn, they are attacked by bandits. Marcus proclaims his name and then tears into the bandits, scattering them. Mercy wields the goddess Chaldasea's power against them, while Garu picks off some with arrows. The bandits disperse, seeing that the party is well equipped and ready for a serious fight. They scatter as quickly as they came. No one in the party is wounded, and Finn talks to Marcus. He mentions that they've been attacked before by that very same group of bandits. Finn says that maybe they should take a little time out of their trip and see if they can find the bandits' base. The rest of the party likes the idea as well, and after a little bit of breakfast, they begin tracking the bandits. Garu goes ahead and has little trouble capturing the bandits' trail. He captures one of their sentries and leaves him tied to a tree for later. The party comes to the bandits' camp, and even though there are only 5 in the party, they're able to get the bandits to surrender. When counted, it turns out that there are 20 bandits and about 30 women and children. They say they took to banditry because they're starving. Many of them were native Sadikadishans and had been turned out of their homes by their peace lord, and had settled here on the fringes of the Deseratan Empire. Marcus listens to their story, and his heart is changed. He says that if they will swear off of banditry in the name of Chaldasea, He will use his name to give them a second chance. However, if any of them ever go back to banditry, they will be dealt with severely. He gives them a letter of introduction to Maug of Mountain Vale, explaining the former bandits' terms, and that he will be back in a fortnight to check on them and to check that they've kept their parole. As the bandits pick up their things, they slowly head down the road towards Mountain Vale. Garou questions what Marcus is doing, saying that it's possible they're just going to go back to banditry. Marcus says that they may not have had a choice in their lives earlier, but he believes he's given them a choice in the name of Chaldasea. The goddess does not see oaths broken quickly, and does not see them broken without a punishment. The rest of the day is uneventful. That night, Marcus is on guard, and he hears a noise. He thinks it's one of the bandits. But out of the bushes steps a figure wearing silks and finery. He hears the clank of bracelets, and he cannot believe his eyes. The Jacanis Distaria steps out of the bushes. She greets him by name and says they have a lot to talk about.